Rome wakes before sunrise. Fog clings to the streets. The forum is silent. Somewhere inside the city, the most powerful man alive prepares to leave his home for the last time. Julius Caesar, dictator, conqueror, a man revered by thousands and feared by hundreds more. Today is March 15th, 44 BCE, the Ides of March. Within hours, Rome will lose its leader, its republic, and its future. But Caesar doesn't know that, not yet. He believes he's walking into a Senate meeting. He's really walking into an execution chamber. And the men who plan to kill him are already sharpening their daggers. To understand this day, you must understand the crimes Caesar committed. Not against law or nation, but against Rome's deepest belief. Rome hated kings. Rome feared kings. Rome had killed kings 5 centuries earlier and sworn never to let one rule again. But then came Caesar. He crossed the Rubicon, toppled Pompey, won a civil war, forgave enemies no one else would have spared, accepted honors no Roman should ever take. He wore purple. He sat above the Senate. He allowed statues of himself among the gods. To the people, he was a savior. To the Senate, a warning. And then came the final rumor. Caesar might become king. That single word Drexa became the spark. The only solution in their minds was not to argue with him, not to confront him, but to kill him. On the morning of the Ides, warnings surround Caesar like ghost warnings he ignores. Caesar wakes to his wife Calpurnia screams. She has dreamed of his murder. She begs him not to go to the Senate. He almost listens. Almost. But then Decimus Brutus arrives, one of Caesar's most trusted friends, and one of the lead conspirators. He tells Caesar the Senate plans to honor him today. If he stays home, they will think he fears them. Caesar stands. The decision is made. As he steps outside, a man named Artemidorus pushes through the crowd with a scroll. Read this, Caesar. It concerns your life. Inside that scroll is the entire conspiracy. Every name, every detail, a lifeline. Caesar never reads it. Another voice calls out, "Beware the Ides of March." Caesar just smiles. The Ides have come, the soothsayer answers. Yes, they have not yet gone. Caesar laughs and moves on. Minutes later, he enters the theater of Pompey, where 80 senators wait, many with daggers hidden beneath their robes. Caesar walks toward his golden chair. He never reaches it. Tullius Cimber approaches with a petition. He grabs Caesar's toga. Caesar recoils. This is violence. Cimber yanks harder. It is the signal. Casca strikes first from behind. The blade misses the heart. Caesar gasps. "Villain, what are you doing?" Casca shouts, "Brother, help me." The Senate explodes into chaos. Daggers flash. Robes swirl. Men stumble over benches. Sandals skid across marble. More than 20 conspirators stab wildly. Caesar tries to fight back with a stylus, a writing tool, useless against steel. Then he sees him. Marcus Brutus, the man he trusted, the man he forgave. It's the man he raised politically as a son. Caesar's voice breaks. "Et tu, Brute? You too, Brutus?" It is not anger, it is heartbreak. If Brutus is here, then all loyalty in Rome is dead. Caesar pulls his toga over his head so he can die with dignity. Steel plunges again and again. 23 wounds. Only one fatal. He collapses at the base of Pompey's statue, the man he defeated years earlier. Caesar's blood pools at Pompey's feet. And as the greatest man in Rome lies dead, the killers believe they've saved the Republic. They have just destroyed it. The conspirators try to speak. Brutus raises his stained dagger. Liberty is restored. No one cheers. Outside, the city erupts with confusion, rumor, and rage. The assassins flee to the Capitoline Hill, barricading themselves from the people they thought would praise them. They were very wrong. Mark Antony returns to the Senate house. He kneels beside Caesar's body, whispers something no one hears, and begins to plan. He requests a public funeral. Brutus agrees his greatest mistake. Before a massive crowd, Antony lifts Caesar's torn, blood-soaked toga, and shakes it in the sunlight for all to see. Gasps, cries, screams. Then he reads Caesar's will. Money for every citizen, gardens for the people, generosity even in death. The crowd explodes. The funeral turns to riot. Rome becomes a furnace. The mob hunts the conspirators. They burn buildings. They tear a senator apart in the street. The Republic collapses in a single afternoon. Brutus and Cassius flee east. Antony aligns with Caesar's heir, Octavian. Together they raise armies and crush the assassins. Civil war engulfs Rome. Legions fall. Cities burn. All in Caesar's name. When the dust settles, Octavian becomes Augustus, Rome's first emperor. The Republic is gone, replaced by a dynasty built on blood. The men who killed Caesar believed they were saving Rome from tyranny. Instead, they destroyed the last fragile threads of the Republic. By assassinating one man, they unleashed decades of war and paved the way for emperors more powerful than Caesar ever dreamed. The Ides of March was not the day Rome was saved. It was the day Rome surrendered to destiny. Because sometimes the moment you strike down a tyrant is the moment you create one.